Hello, I'm Ron Bell with AmeriQ Credit Union. AmeriQ Credit Union has called Central New York home for more than 70 years and has long been an advocate of this region and its innovative business community, which is why we are incredibly pleased to sponsor today's event. As we highlight the collective accomplishments of the entire business community today, I am thrilled to introduce today's guest speaker, Eddie Brennan, President and owner of Beak Skiff Apple Orchards, in 1911 established, to share his company's story of success. Beak Skiff has a remarkable 110-year legacy in Central New York. As part of the fifth generation of the family's business, Eddie proudly continues the core values of his great-great-grandfather, George Skiff, of quality, innovation, and family. These values can be seen in the company's story of growth, with products and offerings that have evolved to make Beak Skiff a national award-winning destination for visitors near and far. The company's legacy of ingenuity, commitment to community was also on display last year when the 1911 Spirits Distillery switched to hand sanitizer production, which it sold and donated across Central New York. Today, Eddie will share how they have diversified the business and broadened operations while maintaining a commitment to quality and excellence across all of its orchard products, from apple cider, hard cider, spirits and wine, and now the emerging cannabis industry. Like Beak Skiff, AmeriQ Credit Union is proud of its long-standing local roots. It is my pleasure to welcome Eddie Brennan.
My name is Eddie Brennan, president of Beak Skiff, but most importantly, fifth-generation family member. I would like to thank CenterState CEO for having me to speak to you all today. The story of Beak Skiff is largely a story about the resilience of Central New Yorkers and our drive to keep the traditions and lessons of the past alive. The success of Beak Skiff is a direct reflection of Central New Yorkers' commitment to quality, consistency, and really the preservation of memories from decades past. What has always struck me is how many people have their own unique Beak Skiff story. It could be a pony ride, a proposal in the orchard, a concert in the summer, or waiting in a donut line for 25 minutes. Syracuse embraces our local businesses and rewards authenticity with loyalty, brand awareness, and repeat visitation. While Beak Skiff has no doubt evolved over the past 25 years, the core of our business remains the same. We are a working family farm dedicated to preserving traditions and providing our fans with new experiences worthy of sharing with friends and family. However, while it would be easy to press pause and stop here, we understand that innovation drives new ideas, and our customers have come to expect this from us. We strive to be leaders and trendsetters in our industry through our flavors, packaging, branding, and quality. Our modern take on a traditional business has captivated legions of cider fans across the country and ultimately saved our family business. However, change can be extremely hard to bring about in a company. As leaders, we are daily met with extreme resistance and counter-arguments. This pushback comes from fear and stepping outside of one's comfort zone. It can be scary, quite frankly. The cost of not changing in business is failure. Beak Skiff was faced with its own mortality in 2012 when we lost over 85% of our entire apple crop. It was devastating. At the time, we were not well diversified, relying strictly on apple sales and a seasonal retail business. It took this near-death experience to force changes in the ownership and pave the way for new ideas and a fresh outlook on what family business can look like. Beak Skiff traditions have been passed down from generation to generation. Wagon rides to pick apples, pony rides, and cider donuts are the foundation where stories are crafted. As Beak Skiff has grown, the core of our operation has not changed, and our commitment to our local customers remains the same. The average lifespan of a family-owned business is 24 years. About 40% of family businesses transition to a second generation. 13% are passed to a third generation, while only 3% ultimately survive to a fourth generation. Standing here and representing the fifth generation is statistically almost impossible. Here at Beak Skiff, we are survivors and fighters. We value the collective business mission and our role in our community. Beak Skiff is still controlled and owned by both Beaks and Skiffs. And more importantly, we all still get along, celebrate together, and work together on a daily basis. We have put decades of family challenges and conflicts in the past and focus on the collective mission. Our business has experienced breakneck growth over the past 5 to 7 years, where our 1911 brand has not only been adopted by local fans, but also cider fans from across the country. In a short window, our people, and infrastructures have been pushed to the edge. This has forced us to make large investments in people and infrastructure here in our local community. Balancing growth and sustainability is one of the bigger challenges we deal with here at Beak Skiff. We want to keep the momentum while also ensuring the health of our business. I believe Syracuse is a special town, and there is a unique element that ties us all together, a strength and determination that could only be crafted by the tough climate we have here in central New York. Lake effect snow and freezing temperatures build a tolerance within us and a resolve that can't be broken. While the past 2 years have tested this in our community, their commitment is clear that small businesses are truly the backbone of our local economy. Our success here at Beak Skiff is built on a vertical supply chain where each business depends on the other for goods and services. As we move products up the supply chain, we add value and build our margins. We like to say the alcohol business not only saved our family farm, but several of the adjacent farms around us. While my team gets tired and exhausted of me saying it, change is the only constant in our business. We foster risk-taking and challenging the status quo. I try to model this here for my employees every day. The perfect example of this was in 2020 when we were at the peak of the pandemic. An odd thing started happening here at our distillery as EMTs, police officers, and teachers began showing up at our distillery begging us for hand sanitizer. Our team was already conditioned to act quickly to maximize this opportunity and help people. Within 1 week, we had already developed a label, gotten a formula approved, and produced 4,000 cases of hand sanitizer. We donated the entire first batch and many more in the future, and ultimately transitioned to selling product across the state. Not only did this help the local community, but it created a significant alternative revenue stream in a time where there was so much uncertainty in our business. This is the perfect example of how innovation and change has been built into the fabric of our company and allowed us to really take risks, but also react to opportunities. Here at Beak Skiff, we foster risk-taking and really encourage our employees to make mistakes and think outside of the box. And while that can be scary for a lot of people, it's really the foundation of what's made Beak Skiff such a success here within the community. We could sit back and enjoy the beautiful space we've created here, but really we're all about pushing and being trendsetters within our industry. In the hard cider business, for example, we're the #1 hard cider produced in New York State and rapidly becoming one of the largest hard cider companies in the country. And what people really have learned is what the community here has embraced, is that when you have an authentic product that's made with 100% fresh ingredients and is consistent, they embrace it. And ultimately, you will win versus some of the larger companies out there. And I think there's lots of examples of this across our community here in Syracuse, where there's local businesses with authentic stories that people can really believe in and can get started here in the community, embraced by the Syracuse community, and ultimately flourish on the national stage. In the spirit of innovation, one of the things Beak Skiff is most excited about is the burgeoning cannabis industry. In 2019, Beak Skiff was awarded one of the first growing and processing licenses and ultimately developed one of the first hemp processing facilities in the region. This is setting us up to be one of the leaders in the cannabis industry heading into 2023. We see this as an opportunity for Beak Skiff, but also for many businesses across the region. The prohibition of marijuana and the stigmatization of this crop has been devastating to communities of color and across the region. And New York's commitment to setting up this industry the right way is extremely exciting. At Beak Skiff, we have an energized leadership team, a team of individuals who are willing to challenge the status quo and speak up and look for new opportunities. People who believe in the mission here and understand that our goal here is how we pass our business to the 6th generation and how they can be involved in that mission. We look for people who have passion. I always stress to my team that I cannot teach passion and I can't make you excited to get out of bed in the morning. But if you have passion, I can give you all of the other ingredients needed to have a successful career. There's so many examples here at Beak Skiff of someone who started on the bottling line, who started as a bartender and worked their way up to the number 5 or 6 person within the company. While we have several family members who operate in this business, there's no preferential treatment given to those individuals. There's so many individuals here who are passionate and believe in the mission. And that comes across in all of the goods and services that we sell here at Beak Skiff. It's so easy to sit back on your laurels and understand that you have a great business. But ultimately, what we're all about here at Beak Skiff is pushing the boundaries and setting the trend. We not only want to be one of the best in the region, we want to be one of the best in the country. There's so much excitement here in the region in central New York. I never thought I would end up back in central New York. I was the perfect example. I went to Colgate University and spread my wings down to New York City, never with the intention of ever setting foot back in central New York, especially to work. I spent my summers as a kid hauling irrigation pipe with my cousin Pete, who actually now runs our family orchard, and vowed at those times that I would just not come back. But here I am, running our family business in central New York. See, the thing about central New York is it has a way of pulling you back. The stories, the memories. There's so many opportunities for people to get involved in local businesses and help lift them up and make them not only relevant in the Syracuse community, but relevant across the nation. And there's so many opportunities looking ahead in the future for businesses to continue to step up. And what's beautiful about the Syracuse community is if you have a great product or service, the fans get behind you and they'll lift you up, just like they have for Beak Skiff. So how do you measure success? Whether it's revenue, employee retention, or how many people visit you on a daily basis. Here at Beak Skiff, we value success based on how many generations we can keep our family business going. Representing the 5th generation, my goal is to pass this business on to the 6th generation. And that for us would be success. The success of Beak Skiff is directly connected to the people of Syracuse and the way they embrace local businesses. Syracuse is a region filled with world-class professionals who have chosen to stay in the region as opposed to leaving for bigger markets. I truly believe this region's best days are ahead of us, and there are world-class innovations happening that we have not even heard about. Syracuse is a dynamic and interconnected economy that continues to grow every day. And here at Beak Skiff, we're excited to be a part of that growth. And I would encourage all of you to come out, visit Beak Skiff, and learn more about how innovation and change has really saved our family business.